Hello, my name is Manuel, and for my video presentation, I chose to do a coaching model. For this coaching model, I'm going to discuss the different styles of coaching, the hybrid coach, the coaching model I've used, and how I'm going to apply the hybrid coach and coaching models into my e-portfolio. Before we start, the definition of a coach. Before we start, we're going to find the definition of a coach. Webster defines a coach as a person who teaches, trains a member of sports teams, and makes decisions about how the team will play during the game. Okay? Well, my definition of a sport is not only does he or she teaches or trains the athlete, but they also have an impact on their lives, if it's on or off the field. Along with coaching comes winning. Everybody wants to win. That's what everyone wants to achieve for out of sports. They want to win. My definition of winning is the byproduct of an individual's well preparation and giving it their all, their 110%. Here, a quote from the book: "The athlete who wins the game successfully and everyone else who loses is a failure. But many times we have played well, yet lost. The fact that you can stand and always control whether you win or lose. What you control is your attitude and the effort you put in and how well you play," which is true. I mean, you can do as many preparations as you want, but if you don't really buy into it, you're not going to win. Or, then you're just going to get mad at the coach or someone. Just find a way to blame someone instead of putting yourself because you didn't give it your 110%. Along with winning, everybody wants to have fun. That's the main reason anybody plays, is to have fun, or just the spirit of the sport. My definition of fun is the ability to enjoy life and not take everything so seriously or critically. I just find that true. If we're in sports teams, I don't feel like, for an example for me, if I'm gonna have fun in the weight room. I don't care if one day I can't deadlift 300 pounds or 400 or whatever it is. I'm sure I'm going to be upset about it, but it's not really going to affect me. I'm going to work hard to be able to pull it or be able to do it. And that here quote from the book: Sports should be fun. Working hard, getting better is the intensity of competition. Enjoying the process, win or lose, we should all have fun. If you always remember that the sports are about fun, love, and fun, then you will always enjoy participating, and you will likely play your best. Which is true. I mean, if you're having fun, you're only going to play your best. Anything. Even coaching, we have different styles of coaching. Most coaches aren't the same. They all have a different style. Whether it's the commander type, democratic, or submissive. The commander type is the controlling style. They're a leader who directs the team instead of guiding. Style, he directs the team. Nobody else is allowed to tell what to put in. He's the one who makes the decision. Is this the coaching style that is like the always in your face, always be yelling, no matter what happens? They'll always be in your face, just constant yelling at you, telling you did something wrong, just flat out just coming at you. Democratic, which is basically the cooperative. He'd rather guide the team instead of directing it. He'd rather let other people help him. Submissive type is the one, I don't know, he's the more laid back coach. He doesn't really do anything. I mean, they're more laid back, relaxed. And this is leader makes as few decisions as possible. He'd rather have someone else deal with it instead of him. But the objectives for this video is to tell you about the hybrid coach. The hybrid coach for me is more of a commander, a little bit of a dictator, both sometimes. I'll tell you what it is, why I think it's better to use the hybrid coach than just one type of coach style, just like if you're more commander or you're more democratic or submissive, and how can coaches use this style and how it can be successful. And for this video, I'm going to use Mark Bell as an example of a hybrid coach for this video. A little bit of background about Mark Bell. He's an American elite powerlifter, patent holder, owner of a Super Training Gym, and former professional wrestler. He holds both world and American world records in powerlifting. He squatted over 1,000 pounds, benched nearly 900, deadlifted close to 800. But the reason I use him is he is has a hybrid style of coaching. When he first started off, he was kind of a commander. He didn't really what he said, what he go, what he says went. What he wanted to do, that's what he did. Now, as he has gotten older, he realizes that doesn't work anymore. And if you ever go to his gym or ever met him, his gym, as he like to say, his gym is aggressive and passive at the same time, just like a commander. I mean, just like a hybrid coach. He said our gym is aggressive and passive at the same time, which is just like a hybrid coach. And like he says, I don't really believe in forcing people to do something. That I think that just because it's intimidating, I think that over time, period of time, people can develop and become more aggressive and assertive. More aggressive. What he's trying to say is he doesn't want to be the commander type and just tell people what to do. Like he doesn't want to come out and just tell you how it should be, how it should run. He wants to be able to you be able to do it, have the inner drive to do it. At the same time, he will push you. An article about Mike's coaching style. He said that one thing he has learned is that helping people discover what they can do often requires a little bit of personal approach. As he said here, each athlete is different, even down to the mechanics and movements. While powerlifting is a very straightforward sport, not everyone can do it exactly the same. Not everyone can pull extreme loads in the same angles as everyone else. He also says that a good powerlifting coach knows that each athlete has different mechanics and different needs, which is true. I mean, not all athletes are the same. He also feels that there's no wrong or right way to do things. Jim, he also brings in other coaches, other like very legendary powerlifters, record holders. He brings in like Ed Conan, Eric Spoto, and Chris Duffin. Each one are very successful in the sport of powerlifting, and both are great coaches. All of them are great coaches as well. This is why an example of hybrid coach, like how it could be useful not only for himself and for others. And learning outcomes of this, hybrid coach is basically a combination of all three ideas, but my version of hybrid coach is usually more of a commander and democratic. It shows to adapt and react to different situations. Basically personalizing the athlete, knowing how to do it, showing them the wrong and right way, being open-minded to other coaches of what they say and helping them to empower the athlete, just like in either football or powerlifting situation. Like in Mark Bell's situation, he brings in other coaches or other athletes who are very successful to help those athletes reach their potential, or have someone else come in just besides Mark always yelling or doing things. In class activity, I decided to do, we can take time either between yourself or a group of people. Doesn't matter. List examples of the different coaching styles, like the three, commander, democratic, and submissive. List an example of all three coaches. Doesn't really matter. Maybe it could be the coaches you've seen or coaches on TV. List their strengths and weaknesses of each coaching style. Like maybe you think commander style is better than over democratic. Just maybe list the strengths and weaknesses of what you believe should be it. Then at the end of it, after you list the strengths and weaknesses, what can each coaching style learn from each other? I mean, like if we want to be, that's basically it. I mean, what can each coaching style learn or take from each other? And finally decide which one is better than you. I mean, you can believe in the hybrid coach saying that all three of them are good, or do you believe that one is better than over the other? Let's take some time to figure this out. Lastly, and how I apply a hybrid coach to my portfolio, basically, I'll take the examples of Mark Bell and then my other coaching model with my current. I'll use their coaching styles, their their implements or how they coach into my portfolio or my coaching style. Basically, what I'll use is basically how I apply it is how we use the coaching styles to track my coaching style in a way to empower the athlete, but at the same time show that different coaching styles are different and useful in different situations in the season. I want to be more of a commander. I want to dictate how the season should go and how I want the season should be. And then maybe later on in season, I would more lead toward democratic, stay a little bit more back, not be so commanding, and I'll let others dictate what they want to do or what they want to lift for that day. And lastly, like a submissive, maybe like I said, I'd rather be the one just like sit back, see the athletes do the form correctly, do everything right, have the right safety equipment, no matter if it's belts, wrist straps, or what. But be able for them to do it on their own, think of the weight they need and what they need to accomplish for that day to be successful at that lift or at that competition. Lastly, here a list of references. Thank you.